Hello everyone! Today we are doing some nonograms, and I have just noticed the way I've set this up, I am completely underneath my chat. This may have been a mistake. Oh dear, how could we change this around then? Perhaps I could be on the top and the nonograms could be on the bottom? Because that's a problem. I didn't think about that. Okay, yeah, okay, I got a plan. Let's move me up. Hello! Maybe if I'm just a bit taller, but they're not covering up some of the nonograms. Maybe I can make the nonograms smaller? That could work. Let's try that. I might have to take my hat off actually, it's a bit in the way. I'm sorry, Hatch, you have to go. There we go. Disappeared. No hat today. If we move this and we shrink it a little bit, can't really see it properly, can you? But it's just a background activity anyway. I hope you're having a lovely day today. Welcome. I'm so sorry that I had a bit of a misunderstanding how this should be set up, but I'm just about above the chat now, aren't I? So that's alright, that works. I hope you're having a lovely day, as I said. So hello to Silly Makes Art, Lifer, Nimby the Deadly Nadder, Asian Wing Sauce, and Fox Wizard Prime, and I think that is everyone so far, but I hope I've said that about 4 times now, but I hope today is fun. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it's pretty, you don't know what it is, but it's pretty. I agree. Now it's kind of probably quite difficult to see because I've made it quite small, but can you see how there's a red line? I don't think you can see my map. Oh no, you can. There's a red line on some of these, which means I've done something wrong, and that's something I'm going to have to figure out. I've done something wrong. But today we are doing nonograms, which is a puzzle game thing where you fill in boxes with colours or just black squares according to the numbers on the top and the left. And we're also going to have a chat about absolutely anything you like. And in fact, I think I'm going to start a Q&A today, just to encourage questions, if I can remember how to do that. Press this button, we press... Okay, well, the button is not there. Maybe you can't do it on a short stream? Huh. I shall pin a message instead then, I don't know. Feel free to ask me wholesome questions, smiley face. So if I put this and I pin it, I think that should be fine as a substitute. There you go. Yeah, I think that will work. Probably. I'll have to see. It depends what happens and other people type things as we go. Anyway, yes. So today I'm going to try to get this to work. Now, as I said just before I started talking about that, there is something wrong with this that I've done so far, and I'm not sure what it is. I don't know where I went wrong, but I have gone wrong, and it's confusing me. There's something wrong with this row, but I'm not sure why. It might actually, now that I think about it, I think it might just be the fact that I've put this little red one here, but I don't think that's supposed to be there, so let's undo that. That's probably it, right? Coloured nonograms? Nonograms are kids! Kids, no! That's not true, never goes fast. Coloured nonograms look a lot prettier. I get so bored when I do the black ones. They all look the same after a while doing it. So I like to mix it up with some colour in my life, you know? I think it makes things nice. Also, that is completely wrong, whatever I've done there. What am I doing? Oh my god. Right, this is that's not a free. Oh, that's one of these. I'm trying my best. I don't know. You can look, you can do whatever you like. This is a website called Nonograms Katana. So nonograms, never knows best put nanograms, and hello by the way, but it's nonograms, so nonograms Katana. And it's great. We'll be liking, yes, the web view is quite cold with potential for downed power outages or lines because of ice. Otherwise, it'll be good to watch the stream. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope your storm goes away soon and the cold weather goes away soon. That's concerning though with the ice. Wow, you'd think that they would ice-proof and design better cables if it's an area that this happens to. But they don't seem to. Because say you look at the UK and we get things like flooding and it just takes out, or a storm, it just takes out some of our infrastructure for weeks. And I just don't understand how we haven't built better infrastructure by now that doesn't get taken out by a storm. It's just bizarre to me. But I am not sure what the solution is to this problem I've created for myself here. Oh, you know, I think I figured it out. Okay. It was just that. Okay, well, never mind. I'm just stupid sometimes, and that's okay. You know, being... Sorry. It's okay to be stupid sometimes when you do things. We all make mistakes. Oh dear. I have been doing a lot of singing today. Well, for the hour before my stream. I do tend to, but my voice hasn't been as good today as it usually is. It's felt, I don't know. I think you're supposed to warm up your voice before you start singing, and I never ever do, and that's probably a bad thing. Infrastructure costs £2 and they only want to spend £1. Yeah, I think that is the problem, Scallywag Lost. They're not willing to invest the money, even though it would cost them less money over a long period in the long term if they actually invested and fixed the infrastructure and made it better. But they don't care about that. They care about short-term profits and short-term funding. So nothing ever lasts and nothing ever works, and it's terrible. Bizarre for you, honestly. Either way, you're doing fine, thanks for the now, and you intend to keep it that way. Well, I hope that things stay that way. It seems like they're okay, as you said right now, so long as things stay as they are, it's alright then. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Oh, this can't be blue. No, okay, that's wrong. I've been doing a lot of nonograms late at night. This is what I do when I don't want to go to sleep. I procrastinate sleep by doing nonograms over and over and over. Planned obsolescence. Is that what it's called? I actually don't know. Let me have a look. Planned. That sounds like something I've heard. Concept to policy. Deliberately limiting a product's useful life or styling to force premature replacement. I think there may be an element of that in it, perhaps. Also, yeah, hello, Senora Reba Fajita. Or just, oh no, you've changed your name. It's just Senora Fajita, perhaps. I don't know. I'm so used to saying it fully. But yeah, I think there's an element of that. There probably are people in governments who are intentionally making things that are going to break because they profit from the company that replaces them. But I don't know if that's all of it. I think some of it is just an unwillingness to spend a lot of money now so that we don't have to spend less later. Perhaps because we just don't have the money to spend it now. To spend a lot now, so they can never save up enough because it always needs fixing. I don't know. There are a lot of problems with people that are in charge of these things, and it is very sad. There's lots of videos on it. Oh my god. Have you seen the videos on like the house building companies where not house building companies, sorry, not house building companies, I mean infrastructure building companies in the UK, and how they'll subcontract everything out to lots of companies and do loads and loads of consultations, and it ends up spending billions of pounds for no reason because they're all profiting from these subcontractors instead of just doing it all with one body. Oh, it's stupid. Hello, DBL Barrishingan. Here's Vertical Meat. What do you mean the inspector videos? I don't know what that is. I've seen those videos where they show you how terrible new house building is, if that's what you mean. But because that's what I accidentally started saying, and I was talking about the wrong thing. Yeah, there's someone who made a video about the terrible UK infrastructure planning companies and things. Oh, it's horrendous. It's so sad. It's no wonder it costs more than anywhere else in Europe, I think, to build infrastructure projects here, if not the world. It's actually insane. No, not videos by building inspectors. It's more like people who do more kind of videos on trains and more general social issue kind of videos. I don't know, there's a couple of people who do them. I can't remember any of their names right now. But oh, it's depressing, isn't it? But you know, that's not what we're here for. We're not here to get sad. We're here to do puzzles. And I started this one last time I started playing Nonograms, whenever that was, I don't know, about a week ago or something. And I am happily filling it in, the rest of it. We did have a bit of a problem at the start, but it looks quite pretty, whatever it is. I think it's supposed to be some kind of 4-coloured gemstone, I think it was called. But I can't be entirely sure on that one. What is this missing? Oh, it's missing. No, what? I can't. Do you ever? I think one of the most difficult things about doing this sometimes is trying to look from up here and then to look in a straight down and continuously keep your eye following one line of the grid. It is so hard sometimes. Your eyes like to wander, and even if you know, even if I've looked at the right line 3 times in a row, you don't trust yourself. You're like, no, I must have looked at the wrong one there. But no, that's not true. I don't think I have any self-confidence in my ability to look at things properly and not make a mistake, which is a shame because it's not that hard. I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyway. Oh dear, it's fine. I can tell what this is supposed to do. And you know, you ever find that with nonograms sometimes? You'll be doing it. I don't know if anyone plays nonograms, to be honest. But I find that I'm often... I can't remember what I was going to say. I'm often doing a nonogram and then... Oh yeah, you can just look at the picture and it's quite obvious where some of the squares are supposed to be, but I never want to fill them in that way because it just feels like I'm cheating. Some reason my brain is like, no, I must do this properly and actually figure it out, not look at where it's supposed to go. Don't do it based on, well, that has to be it. No. It's based on logic. I don't know why. It's great though. Oh, you've seen those? There are videos like that in the USA and Canada. It's terrible. I know! The whole building industry is horrendous. They need... This is why we need change, because having private companies do these things can work at first, but it ends up devolving into them scraping as much money as they possibly can until it becomes not fit for purpose anymore. And it's always going to happen. Because there are too many greedy people in the world. So these things just don't work in the long term. Speaking about the environment, here in Hungary, yes, you know, it was on purpose. Okay. We're surprised that when the building is almost falling apart, they're building a new stadium. We're surprised, but they're building a new stadium in Budapest. So you're surprised when the building's almost falling apart. Does that mean that generally the buildings in Hungary are built really well and they stay together? That's quite cool. That's actually really good if that is the case, that you guys are building properly. That's fantastic. I'm not sure if that's what you meant though. But if that is the case, that is really good. And what did Scallywaggle say? Depends. Certain products are unanimously created to intentionally break. Yes, they are. Some products definitely are. I know that is the case for vacuum cleaners and printers. Printers, I'm convinced, is some massive industry that is just designed to not work properly, frustrate you, make you buy a new printer thinking it'll work better, and constantly have to buy new ink. It is horrendous. I hate printers so much. You mean there's no time to fix the buildings, but there's time to build new stadiums? Oh, that's what you meant by that sentence. Sorry. Yes. So yeah, because you're surprised that they're building a new stadium when the buildings are falling apart. I can understand that. Yeah. That's really sad then. I'm so sorry. I had hope for a second there that Hungary was doing a good job with their house building and it was going to be okay. But no, you didn't mean that. Oh dear. I'm so sorry to hear that. That's terrible. It's a global problem, isn't it? Well, I don't know if it's global, but it's a multinational problem, shall we say. That's the one. I don't know. But I have hope that things are going to get better, because if I don't have hope, life just gets a bit depressing, doesn't it? You've got to have some hope in the world, or what's the point in continuing on if you don't think things are going to improve? That's just a sad lifestyle way to live, and I won't live like that. I think we can get there. It'll just take some time and a lot of effort. I just did that wrong. Wholesome question time. Hello, David. What's your favourite anime opening? What is my favourite anime opening? I don't know. I need to think about what anime I like. You know, it's been growing on me a lot. I actually really like the opening to Dr. Stone. I don't think I used to like it as much as I do, but I've heard it so many times. I just think it's quite iconic because it goes, Ohio, Sakai, good morning, well, good morning, well. Dun, 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 dun. I like that song. I also really do like the opening to Toilet Van Hannekeken, which because it's quite a rock song and it's very much my kind of thing, but and then I also really like the opening to Dorore because it's quite a fun one to sing because it's very high pitched and it's like I think maybe I just like for that I think I just like the fact that Eltran did a cover of it. He sounds it's great listening to him trying to sing that. Someone you know likes Dr. Stone, the opening. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? I really like it. Trying to think what other anime openings there are. I mean, I really like all of the Attack on Titan ones, but I think that's quite a given. They're good. They are really, really good. I think they may have a bit of a nostalgia factor to me, but the whole music in that show is fantastic anyway. What else is that? I've never talked about. I probably shouldn't talk about that. You know what? Let me look up some anime on Anime Planet, which is the website I use to track what anime I've seen, and then I can give you more information because I don't know. Crossing Field. No, that's definitely not one of my favorites. I've heard that too many times. It's not amazing. It's just okay. Let's have a look. What have I watched on my list? Let's see if it loads. Oh, I really like Angel Beats opening. That's quite cute. Yellow Vortex Young Man. Yeah, So let's see what. Yeah, Attack on Titan. Yeah, I like that. No, I've changed my mind. I know what my favorite anime opening is. It's Black Clover opening 7. Kimi nakato wa kanara ira kara ba kinotaka. That's a great song. I like all the Black Clover openings, but that one's the best. That's my final answer. I've decided. There you go. Why don't you like Crossing Field? It's literally Lisa. I mean, I don't dislike it. I just heard it too many times and I'm a bit sick of it. It's okay. I don't know. I like rock songs, I think. I think that's my kind of thing more than anything. I like J-rock more than J-pop. And I think most of the ones I've said fall under that category. Angel Beats doesn't. That's just a pretty song with the dun 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 on the piano. It's a lovely one. Thank you for the topic. That's a good one. I like that. I don't know. There's a lot of shows I really like that don't have the best openings. Oh, I really like Death Parade which is the show about people when people die, they have to go to a form of purgatory where they play a game as a sort of test of their character, I think, and that determines what happens, whether or not they get permanently destroyed or they reincarnate, I think. Oh yeah, Death Note is weird as well, just like Death Note. Death Parade has the da, 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 da. I can't really sing that one. I'd have to sing it properly. This may devolve into a karaoke anime opening stream. I am warning you now because you're making me think of all these songs. But before this stream, I was singing Barbie songs. I was singing particularly The Cat's Meow, which I think is my favourite song from The Princess and the Pauper. It's a really good one. It's very pretty. And I have watched an interview of the lady who sang it, Julie Stevens, and she actually is also really fond of it. She's really glad she got to sing that song. She's really proud of that. I think that's lovely, honestly. She only was in one Barbie film because Melissa Lyons, I'm not sure you say her name, was the main singing voice for Barbie. And even when that's Barbie sang with another person, such as in The Diamond Castle, it was someone else, which it's surprising actually, but it makes sense because the other character in that isn't supposed to be Barbie so much. It's Barbie's friend because it's her friend from the start of the film. Anyway, most of you haven't seen Barbie, I don't think. Clearly Damien has. Hey Vieus, what kind of puzzles are these? These are nonograms, which I think is in my title, but then to be fair, this is a YouTube short stream, so not everyone has seen the title, but yes, if you click on the three dots in the top right corner, if you're on your phone, you should be able to see that. It's nonograms. No. It's just nonograms, but yes. Hi, Long, by the way. Hope you're having fun of me. A lovely day today. But yes, I really, really like the cat's meow. It's so pretty. She really shows off her classical singing. And Barbie films has so heavily influenced the way that I think I will forever sing. I sing in such a pretty kind of style. I'm not saying that I am particularly good. I'm saying that the way that I choose to sing is with a prettier tone of voice. And I love it. I think it's so much fun to sing like Barbie. I remember being in primary school and that was my goal in singing. I didn't have anyone to teach me. I was just like, I tried to sing like Barbie and it kind of works and it was great fun. And it was good enough for my school play. Good God, oh my goodness. Yes, I think I mentioned this the other day, but there's an amateur musical theatre production that I'm hoping to audition for later in the year. So I've been practicing for that. I won't say what it is because that's a bit too much information. But that's going to be a lot of fun, hopefully, if I get chosen for it. You know, I actually did audition for something when I was really quite young. I remember practicing for weeks. There was a local production of The Sound of Music and they were looking for children to be the children in it. And there's 11 children, so there are lots of parts. But they didn't pick me. I spent weeks and weeks practicing and they didn't pick my brother either. We both went in for the audition day and we weren't chosen and it was so sad. Because I think we really did try so hard. I think there were just too many kids and I think I doubt they ever would have picked me, honestly, looking back. I mean, I was a very tall child, but I also looked younger than I was, which probably would make me look strange against all the other children. So I would look younger than the other kids my height because I was younger than them. That's what I meant to say. So it would just make me look strange, perhaps in the lineup. I don't know. Or maybe I just wasn't good enough at singing. That was sad. I really do remember being devastated that we didn't get that part. You're doing fine, thanks, Ramsey. That's wonderful to hear. I'm glad you're doing fine. I have not done, by the way, a nonogram stream in such a long time. I don't know what made me think to do this again. I've just started doing nonograms again recently, so I thought, you know what, let's bring back a classic. We're going all back to our classic streams here recently. I've been doing I did a Stardew Valley stream for the first time in over a year, and so now I'm doing a please don't spam in my chat, thank you, but now I'm doing a nonogram stream, which I also haven't done probably in over a year. I'm not actually sure, but it's something like that. And even Terraria is something that I originally played, stopped playing, and have now come back to. So we're just going full circle because I think I'm figuring out what games I like, and interestingly, I tend to not like something the first time I try it. I come back to it, and then it turns out I do like it, which is very strange. Hi, Supersonic. Hope you're having a great day. Oh, Supersonic 8. Are there 8 Sonic games? Oh, I bet there are as well, actually. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I don't know what games are going to play in the future. I remember saying that I was going to do Super Mario Galaxy 2, but I don't know. I think I keep trying to push myself to play Mario games, but I don't. I think I just get a bit bored of them over time. They're a little bit too repetitive, and I think forcing myself to talk while I play them as well probably isn't the best. I think it's more like the kind of game you play when you don't really want to think that much, and I just don't think it's very good for me to stream. So maybe I'll finish it one day off stream, but yeah. I gave it a try again. I will keep trying these things. No worries, thank you, Lunk. I don't think it was particularly. I don't know what that noise was, but I'm gonna move on. I don't think it was particularly popular anyway, so it's okay. I don't think anyone really minds. No, there was probably some diehard fan who was really excited for that, but other than that, and I'm sorry if that is you, I do really appreciate you, whoever you were, because you actually showed up, you stuck around, and you tried to support me, but probably not for me. I think my favourite game at the moment is Terraria, as you can probably guess. But also, actually, let me turn down my volume because you're going to hear this. I just finished a puzzle. I did one. I mean, I had started this before the stream, but yeah, we did this beautiful little picture of the gems. That's really nice. Let's do another one. gonna have to pick one now. I don't know what I was talking about. Oh, Terraria, yes. This is the one I did for the thumbnail, by the way, and I think I've accidentally edited it, so it's on 98%, which is, so I might just go fix that. I don't know where I've undone it slightly. Why is this saying 98% done? Or is it actually done and it's just, I'm not sure what happened there. Thank you, Fox as a Prime. I guess I found you because you randomly streamed Sunshine one time and you stuck around, I guess. Yeah, I was thinking it might have been you, Long Catch. That's kind of why I had that whole conversation. But I appreciate you sticking around. Yeah, it's lovely. What's with the ... I don't speak Arabic, by the way, so I'm sorry about that. Well, Arabic's a writing system. I think it's several languages, isn't it? But I don't speak any of the Arabic languages. Do you know Hatsune Miku Colourful Stage? Just because your brain is making you multitask, so you're playing it while you're listening to you. No, I haven't played that. I've heard of it. I know there's a film for it as well, but I haven't played it. What should we do? I'm going to scroll down randomly and then pick something from that section. Bunnies! I'm doing bunnies. Oh, look how colourful this is going to be. Can you see all those vibrant colours? Ah, it's going to be good. You enjoy somebody who likes branching out, so it's fine. Thank you. Yeah, I think I like a variety of things. I definitely have a genre, which I think I'm trying to stick to now, which is kind of cozy, cutesy looking games. I think Terraria fits that quite well. Same as Stardew Valley. They look very similar aesthetically because they're both pixel art games. But in terms of other games, I don't know. We'll see. There's a really interesting looking game that I saw the other day on Twitter that I sent an email to about potentially getting a chance to get creator code to play it early, but I don't think they're going to go back to me. But I might play the full release when it comes out because it looked like some kind of game about building a ecological civilization kind of thing, which I think fits my channel so well with my whole tree forest kind of theme. So yeah, it's about building and surviving in this world, and you make lots of things out of solar panels and wind turbines to power everything. But it's not a harsh survival game. It's a thing you do with friends with a bit of platforming and building and social experiences. It's a cooperative game, which looks really fun, but it's also quite cute in its art style. It looks a bit like a game that uses the Mii's from a Nintendo game like the Wii. That's not a game, console like the Wii. So it actually looks really quite interesting. I think it could be quite fun, but we'll have to wait for that to come out. I've also seen that Hytale was fully released again recently to the public, because I know some stuff happened with its development, didn't it? I'm not sure if I should play that game because I'm not sure if I should buy it because it does cost a decent amount of money and I don't have much money. And I am worried that it's going to be a little bit too much like Minecraft, and then I'm going to get bored quite quickly because I've played Minecraft so much in my life. Public early access, yeah. I feel like I should wait for the full release of that game before I play it. I think it might be a bit more enjoyable then because it have all of its features. It does seem like it would be fun for a bit at least. But right now I'm definitely in my Terraria phase, so I'm happy with that. Oh my goodness. I'm hoping this is very... sometimes I do things in Nonograms and I'm not sure if I'm doing the correct thing, but it's interesting. Publix. Hey, Publix works. Public, you always keep auto-correcting with an X for some reason. That is strange. I don't know what Publix means. Is that actually a word? I'm not sure. You got a notification and your notification sound is a Five Nights at Freddy's 2 Foxy sound. It scared the heck out of you. Well, why are you... Why have you done that to your phone? Why would you set that up as your notification? That's crazy that you would do that. What's wrong with you? That's your fault, silly makes art. Your phone definitely didn't do that on its own. My goodness. I will never understand watching horror films or playing horror games. Well, I say that, but to be fair, I do watch Doctor Who and I do quite often find Doctor Who quite scary. Not so much anymore. They don't really do scary episodes these days, but I've been watching a reaction series because I do enjoy reaction YouTubers sometimes because I like watching It's like rewatching something for the first time through someone else's eyes, which is quite nice when it's one of your favorite things. So I've been watching someone watch Doctor Who basically, and it's some of those episodes are so hard for me to rewatch because they're scary. In Stephen Moffat's era, he made so many scary episodes. Things like the one with the dolls and the one with the hand grabbing under the bed. Oh my god, that one's horrendous. And things like the Time of the Angels. That's quite scary too. Not the Time of the Angels. No, Angels in Manhattan. That's the one. There's a couple of them, and they're very, very scary episodes. The same. No, I'm thinking of one I've already talked about. But yes. It's not good. I understand to an extent because I want to watch that show and it does have scary episodes, but I don't want to watch it because it's scary. I watch it because I'm invested in the characters, so it's not really the same thing as choosing to watch a scary film, I suppose, is it? I got on a bit of a sidetrack there about the whole Doctor Who thing. I meant to just say that it was just an example, but then I started explaining why I watch reaction shows and things. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people criticize people who watched reactions. It's a thing. But obviously there's a massive audience for it out there as well because they get hundreds of thousands of views. Well, not this particular person, but some people do with their reactions. So it's clearly a popular thing. I would never do it on my channel because I feel like it's pretty risky content a lot of the time. Someone could really take you to court and take down your channel. I mean, you probably wouldn't even get that far because I don't think I'd be able to afford the legal representation. I don't think. No, I think you do get given a. No, you'd get someone legal there to defend you that would be employed by the government, but it wouldn't. You know, you can't get somebody. Say if you're watching a really big property, something like. I mean, this is an extreme example, but if you were watching a Disney show, they're going to be able to afford some kind of solicitors or barristers or whatever they're called that are a lot better at their job than anyone that you're going to get given for free. So it's not going to work very well for you, and you probably lose your YouTube channel. And I don't like the idea of that, so I'm never going to do that. I also don't think I'm someone who really likes talking that much when I'm watching a show because I want to listen to what the people in the show are saying. Give you a number from 1 to 10? 5. Right in the middle. You can only think of this trend in game mods where Final Fantasy 2 has a 1 in 10,000 chance of jump scaring you during gameplay. Yeah, that sounds horrifying. I would never want to download that. What the hell? That's what people are so strange to me sometimes. Things that they do in by choice in their lives. Wow. Okay. I think I have spent a lot of my life being very afraid of going outside and talking to people and doing all kinds of things, so maybe I don't understand wanting to be scared because being scared is something I feel a lot, and I'd rather have a break from it when I'm trying to have fun, I suppose. But I don't know. I did manage to get over my fear of going on roller coasters to an extent when I went to Disneyland Paris. I still didn't. But then I went to Alton Towers after that, and I didn't want to go on the biggest scary rides. I can do more than I used to, because they're not scary once you've done them a couple of times. Then they're just okay. I mean, there is always that fear that it's going to break, but at the same time, you have that fear when you go on a plane, and I still managed to do that, even if it is a little bit worrying. It works out alright. Oh my goodness. And this is meant to be bunnies, right? I'm not sure. We've got some lettering going on. We've got EH. That looks like it might be a G. Not quite sure what that's supposed to be. Maybe it's actually going to be a flower or something. I don't know. Oh my goodness. I was talking about planes and being scared, wasn't I? Is what links to being to planes? I haven't been on a plane for quite a long time now. I mean, I had quite a lot of experience of it when I was younger, as we seemed to go on a lot of holidays abroad, but for whatever reason, I seem to have been to a lot less on planes in the later years of my life. And it's not because that's particularly expensive, because you can get some very cheap flights to certain places in Europe. We just, I guess my family's just chosen to go to other places. It's like, because we went on a cruise last year with my mum, and we didn't take a plane because we took the train all the way down to the south of the country and to get on directly on the ship, which took us all the way up to Norway, straight from the UK without a plane. I haven't thought about it. It really has been quite a long time since then, hasn't it? But it's an interesting experience going on planes. Did you see I think I saw something the other day that said that they're reducing the requirements for going through security. I think you don't have to, at least at some airports, you don't actually have to put your liquids away, take them out of your suitcase anymore. And I think it's the same with phones and things. I think I saw that as a news headline, which is really interesting. They're managing to finally develop technology that lets them actually see what's in your bag without you having to take everything out, which will be nice, because nobody enjoys standing in the queue, taking off all their stuff and taking it all out of their bag, stressing that someone's going to steal it on the other side before you've got through security yourself. It's a worry. That has always been my worry when I've gone through security at the airport. It's like, what happens if you've been picked up by the machine and you're stood there and they have to manually pat you down to make sure you haven't got anything dangerous? And then your bag's just sat there, gone through the other side. Someone could just walk off with your bag. I hate that. What the hell? It's so nerve-wracking if someone's going to do it, because the thing is, they could get away with it so easily. They could just go off to another country on a plane and you would never see that bag again. You could have anything in there as well. Horrifying. It's secure for the people who, in terms of nothing bad's going to be taken on the plane, but in terms of your personal item security and not having something stolen, it's not a very good system, I don't think. I don't know. You're going to play the intense voice of Hatsune Miku? Oh, is that a song? Well, I hope it goes well. See through technology. Yeah, they are developing a lot better stuff. Trainer can always be nice. You would say a lot more comfortable as well if you got reserved seating. I don't know, I have had reserved seats on planes. Hi there, Chimera, by the way. Lovely to see you. But I don't think it's any different. At least in the UK, a reserved seat is just a seat on the train. And sometimes that same train could be used for a journey that has no reserved seating. First class is nicer seating. But I've never ever had first class because it is so expensive and it's not worth it at all, I don't think. Unless you really don't like noise and you need to get some work done on a really long train ride or something. I just don't understand why anyone pays for it. They must just be really quite rich, because it's just seats. They don't look very nice. Compared to, well, they look fine. They just don't look that much nicer than the rest of the train, in my opinion. I don't get it. And there's no food or anything. They don't come along with a trolley like they did in Harry Potter. You know, that's not a thing. I think I saw it once on one train that I went on a very long time ago. I haven't seen it since. Apparently, some trains have a bar on them. Where are these trains? It'd be nice. Some trains don't even have working toilets. Definitely not bars. What was the other one? You've only travelled on plane twice and always only with carry-on. But yeah, that's the thing with carry-on. That's what I'm saying. You would have to... Carry-on is the situation where you have to put your bag through the security conveyor belt scanner, and while you're... And it's on the other side, just waiting for someone to take it, while you're still trying to go through the section where they check that you don't have anything on your body that you're not supposed to take with you, and then someone could steal it, and I don't like that. It's scary. Maybe I overthink things. Hello, Nick Gamer. Hope you're having a great day today. What did I miss? Losing personal items when you need them most sucks a lot. You wouldn't wish it on anyone. Oh, I know, it's terrible. I swear there are so many times I've been to really important things and forgotten the most important thing I was supposed to bring, and I was so certain I had it with me. But then when I check to find it, it's just not there. And it turns out, no, I did actually leave it. And it's so frustrating because I'm just thinking of a recent time. I needed a black t-shirt for something and I was so sure I'd brought it with me. But then I hadn't. It turns out I had left it on my bed at home as I was packing. Ha! That was the name. No, I've already read that one. You tried traveling on train where there were no available seating, so I had to sit on one of those pull downs by the bathroom. Not great. Pull downs? Pull downs? What do you mean pull down? Did you just mean a chair that you pull down? Because they're fine. If it's just a chair, I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry. Well, you did good job, silly, but it's not very relevant to the stream what you're talking about. I can't really say much to that. But yeah, that's interesting that you've had pull down. I wonder what that means. I don't know. You're lucky if a train toilet works. It's horrible. It is miserable going to the toilet on a train though, isn't it? Oh my god. It's so hard to not. So sometimes it's actually genuinely really quite bumpy as well. And then I swear that the toilet bowls are not very deep on a train. And what if it starts splashing because of the bumpiness of the train and the way it's going so fast? It's a little bit worrying that you're gonna make a mess. Yeah, pull down chair by bathroom usually for the ones with bikes. Oh, I see. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's different where you are. To me, I've never noticed that they're any different. I mean, I sit on those seats all the time on trains. They're fine. But I always try my best to find a seat. It's absolutely miserable if I can't sit down because I struggle with standing up for a long time, as I think some of you know by now, from some of my streams. And so, yeah, I was so annoyed once because I got on the train and I thought I was fine. I had a seat. I was going home from London. And then it turns out that I was sat in a disabled seat, and I've never ever had this happen before, but somebody who actually had a wheelchair had to come in, and then I had to give up my seat, and I didn't have a seat, and I was miserable. So I've learned my lesson to not sit in. If I see a seat that's spare, and it is actually a seat for disabled people, I will try my best to find a different one. Well, it's not a seat for disabled people, sorry. It's a wheelchair space seat. So it's there for when a wheelchair comes in. It's not specifically for it. Anyone can sit in those seats, but it's, yeah. If someone needs it, then you have to give it up for the wheelchairs. But yeah, in the future, if that is a seat, and I will keep looking and try and find another one because that's just not going to work. Oh, it says Easter! I did not understand what it said before. Oh dear, I see it now though, it makes sense. Oh my goodness. There we go. That's the full title at the top done. The chair was fine, but the bathroom smelled of wee. And then people use it sitting right beside was uncomfortable and awkward. Ah, I see. Yeah, sometimes you can really smell it when you sat near the toilets on a train. So then sometimes I awkwardly have to, every time someone goes and comes along, then sometimes they don't shut the door, so you have to get up, close that door, sit back down. Everyone looks at you, but they thank you in their mind. They don't want to be the one to get up. But it's worth it. You gotta do it. Be the brave one in the social situation. Make life better for everyone on that vicinity of the train. Oh my god. Sometimes to be steady, we have to do what's right and give it the thing we want to make, even the seats. Yeah, well, there's no routes for them to go. The people with the wheelchairs have to go there on the train because it's not safe for them to sit anywhere else. It's a special space designed for them so that they can park their chest safely and not get hurt from a bumpy ride. Hi, Kimberly Vaughn. What's my favourite colour? Thank you for the wholesome question. My favourite colour is turquoise, but also pink. I like both. I don't know which one's my favourite anymore. I think I'm leaning more towards pink these days. Turquoise and pink have always been my favourite two colours though. I remember once when I was little, I used to... So there was this lady who lived on the same road as me, whose house I used to go to sometimes when my mum was busy. She was like a childminder, I think. And we were doing an activity once in the garden where we had to paint these signs with our names on. It was a strange little painting activity, to be honest, but it was fine. And we had to do the background in a colour. And I wanted to do my background in 2 colours, I think. Yeah, I wanted to do mine in pink and turquoise, and then she just, I don't know, I think she went to the toilet or something and disappeared, but she was gone for ages. So I wanted to paint mine with my turquoise, with my pink already, because I'd already done most of my background in turquoise and she still wouldn't come back. I didn't know what to do. So I started painting it in pink. I washed my brush in between, but apparently that made her really angry, and I can't remember what I did wrong. I don't think I ever understood what I did wrong, and I tried to explain it to my mum and she didn't understand what the problem was. I don't know what the problem was. Maybe she was just irrationally angry. That's not a very good story, is it? Because I can't remember what happened. But I don't know. Sometimes we have memories like that where you only know bits of it and you're like, I'm sure that would be great if I could tell you it properly. That's fair. You don't typically sit in those seats, the handicapped knee, but you're willing to sit. Oh no, we call them disabled, right? I think that's an offensive term nowadays, isn't it? The disabled would need, but you're willing to stand aside when someone needs a seat. You've been using the bus for a few years. Oh, okay. Yeah, I always sit in the seat, any seat that's available, because I can't stand up. I feel like I should get a sunflower lanyard or something to show that, so it's not so awkward. But I've never really. Even if I did, I would be too shy to ask someone to give up their seats. It's a problem. I don't know. I think we can't. I don't think you're supposed to say that word anymore. I'm not actually sure, but at least it's definitely outdated. Because I was watching Call the Midwife with my mum, and I know they had an episode where someone said that, and they were like, actually, we called it disabled now. So, oh, okay. So maybe, I don't know. But God, yeah, I don't know. And I feel like they should make trains a little bit more bike friendly, because I've been on some trains and you're only allowed to have 4 bikes on the entire train, which must be really quite frustrating for some people who need to take their bike home. It's great and all that they have bike racks at train stations, and they have these really quite advanced bike racks that make it a lot safer to leave your bike there so it doesn't get stolen. But you know, some people, they need to cycle from home to the train station, and then once they get there, they're going to have to cycle another 20 minutes across the city because the train station isn't where their work is. They need to bring their bike with them, and if those people can't do that, they're going to take the car. And it's a barrier to those people using the train. They need more bike spaces on trains because they're only allowed to put their bikes in special sections of the train. Because I've often seen people try to get on a train with their bike and been told no by the workers at the train station or the people on the train. And they always have to move their bikes down the train to the special section. And it's quite a frustrating process. And I think sometimes you also have to book it in advance that you want to bring a bike. And this would be avoided if there were more bike spaces on the trains. I don't know. I think it's a barrier. Maybe trains, I think they just need more trains in general though, more than anything, because so many trains are super, super packed, especially at rush hour. Why did they not increase the number of trains at rush hour? That's just, nobody likes that experience, but maybe that's how they keep them maybe that's how they keep them from being even more expensive. I don't know. They're already expensive enough. In the bus, you go out your seat if needed. Well, that's lovely to hear. I think I need my seat personally, so I don't think I've ever given out. But that's really good to hear. It's Virus on your shirt. I'm not Virus, I'm Vieus. But hello, Cubby Savvy. Hope you're having a lovely day today. How are you doing? Are you doing good? We're talking about trains. Do you like trains? I think trains are pretty cool. Wow, the experience of going on them. I'm complaining a bit, to be honest. That's the wrong colour, sorry. And also, I am apparently doing some kind of Easter bunnies thing. Bunnies, plural. Virus, if you can stand up, you can give free seats? I wouldn't, no, me standing up would not increase the amount of seats that are free. What do you mean? I'm not, what? I only sit on one seat. It's not like I'm bringing a bunch of luggage with me. Oh, actually, to be fair, sometimes I do bring a big bag with me and then like no one can sit next to me. But honestly, most of the time when I do bring a big bag on the train, there's usually space for it and there's not plenty of spare seats anyway. You know you hate trains, especially UK trains. Oh, do you? Oh no. Yeah, I mean, I get it. They're expensive, aren't they, in the UK? They're so expensive. Actually, while this is a vertical stream, you don't think it's using the YouTube Shorts UI? It isn't. It is on my phone, at least. And I think it showed up on Copy Savvy's Shorts feed, at least. It should be on vertical. I'm pretty sure that is the case because also we've had people do the said hi button as well come in. So I think that is happening. So, I know, I thought I'd try it out. I know that all streams can be dual streamed these days, but I think putting it separately as a dedicated YouTube short streams means that I can set up the visuals specifically for YouTube Shorts so that people who do find it on YouTube Shorts don't just scroll away because it doesn't look right. Is that, yeah, I can multi-stream a Terraria stream, let's say, onto YouTube Shorts, but it's going to look terrible because you'll only be able to see the middle of my screen, so that doesn't work. It's vertical, but you're an iPad, so you're watching horizontal. You love watching Big Black Bus. Oh no, can't you just rotate your iPad? Come take a nice Finland train. We have a cafe on the train. That sounds lovely. I do feel like with a cafe, you'd have these little teacups and it's just spilling everywhere. It's probably not the best. Don't UK trains have those very nice scenery trips? Was that Scotland Parton that you thought the Hogwarts Express looked great? Looked scenery-wise. Yes, I believe there are coastal trains. I've never really been on one. Well, I've been on those miniature railways that they have, which are a bit of a squeeze to get into. They're great fun though. I do love going on them at the seaside. My mum thinks they're a waste of money, but I don't do them because I'm lazy. I do them for the joy. No, it's extremely stable, unlike your Wi-Fi apparently. No, there's nothing wrong with my Wi-Fi. I'm so confused. My Wi-Fi is fine, it's your Wi-Fi. Because I always have it open on my phone so that I can see if it's broken or not, and it's been very smooth today. It's always very smooth. We pay a lot of money for our Wi-Fi. The one problem we do have sometimes, it hasn't been on stream, but we have been having power cuts that last for about a second. And that would turn off, and it does turn off my internet, and that is a problem, because if that happens one day while I'm streaming, it will stop my stream, because it takes a while for a router to start up again. Hopefully that won't happen too much. I don't think it will. It hasn't happened so far. Smooth like your brain. Do you have a smooth brain, Cobby Sabby? I'm so sorry to hear that. That sounds like a dreadful thing to live with. It must make thinking very hard. We can do the thinking for you if you like. You can just sit back, relax, and listen to us talk about all kinds of things. You're still here? That's okay. I'm glad for you to still be here. Don't worry about talking if you don't want to. I'm happy for you to just listen. Whatever takes your fancy. If you want to join in at any point, though, feel free. Smooth brain. Do you want a smooth brain too? Somebody makes art. Oh my goodness. You visited Cancun? I've never heard of that place. What country is that in? A few years back, and you heard they wanted to make their own rail system. Sounds like they managed to make it while you've been away. Have they? Ah, that's fantastic. The trains here in DK, it's just flatland everywhere, pretty much. So super used to it. Wait, where's DK again? That's the DK. I know vaguely where you're from in my head, but I can't remember what. Denmark, right. That is an interesting. What is Denmark called in Danish? Oh, Danish Kingdom, right. That's what it stands for. I didn't know that. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, flatland is good for building trains because it means they don't have to dig through tunnels or try and get it up a mountain. It is quite fun sometimes when you go through tunnels on a train, but it's a bit scary. It's particularly scary when you have a really fast speed train running past you and you're going at fast speed as well, and then suddenly there's just this really loud noise for a while. Oh, it's in Mexico, is it? It's a tourist spot. Oh, so they managed to add trains to the tourist spot. That's amazing. Oh my goodness. It's great to hear they're getting trains. I like trains are good. We should build more of them in the world. Did you know that once upon a time we had trains going between most villages in the UK, and then they decided when we built cars, we don't need trains anymore. No one's going to use trains ever again with these new cars. And then they just got rid of most of the railway, which is just so depressing. So it's unusable now. It's all been decayed and some of it's been built over and all kinds of things. And we could have had such a great transport system if somebody hadn't decided that we didn't need it. You don't think you would dare try the train from England to France? The underwater would cause panic attacks. I've been on that train near Camera, but I've been on the version that you drive your car onto. Because I went on a school trip once to France, and we went in the Eurotunnel in our coach. And apparently it got really, really hot upstairs. So loads of people on the coach got off when we were on the train. You can't go anywhere on the train, by the way. You're just in a box. It is really strange. It's like you're in this white box while you're on the train and there's nothing. That's it. How did you maintain sanity? It's only 45 minutes, you know, you just continue whatever you were doing. I was probably doing a puzzle or something. Well, no, I think we were just chatting, really. I mean, we were kids on a bus. We're going to talk about whatever children talk about. You know, I think I was doing a Attack on Titan A to Z with my friend now that I think about it. I just genuinely think that's what we were doing on the train. I do remember that coach ride. And I was sat downstairs. It was a double-decker coach. And downstairs had way less seats than upstairs. But I liked it downstairs. And all my friends sat downstairs. Everyone used to think it was cool to sit upstairs. We didn't. We liked our downstairs seats. We were the cool kids in our eyes. Oh my goodness. But it was a lot cooler down there. So we didn't overheat. But everyone upstairs was baking, apparently. So I feel sorry for them. But I clearly made the right decision. I think I had pizza on that school trip for breakfast as well. It was great. Oh my goodness. My mum always used to cover them in peppers. So it'd be a vegetable heavy pizza. Quite good for you, probably. Hello, Ribless. Hope you're having a great day today. Another train you're not sure you would dare due to catastrophe thoughts would be the ultra high speed train in Japan. Yeah, I get it. I mean, if that thing crashes, I think everyone on that train would just die. So that's understandable. I think I'd be fine with it though. It's planes that I'm mostly scared on, but I still do it. It's worth it. I don't know if I'd be able to manage a long haul flight though that's over 20 hours or something. That's a really long time to stop myself from panicking. But maybe. I mean, I would like to go to Japan one day, so I think I might just have to put up with it, but it'll be fine. It'll be worth it, hopefully, as long as I have the money to have a nice time. I think if I am going on a trip that long that costs that much money for flights, it would be a really long holiday. I would want to go for a long time. I wouldn't want to do something just for a week. It would need to be a month, I think. Have I? Oh, I don't think that's necessarily supposed to be there. It's just 1, 2. Yeah, I was doing this wrong. Okay. I'm figuring things out. Here we go. Have you seen the video of the bullet train coming back? Yes, I think I have. The one where they built a new high-speed train, right? And people stood there waiting for it to watch. Waiting to watch it come by, and it was just gone in the blink of an eye. There wasn't much to see. It was just whoop, and it's gone. Pizza on a school trip does trump everything. It does. It's great. And it wasn't even bad for you. It's just bread, cheese, tomato sauce, and vegetables and a bit of meat. I mean that's fine, right? I don't know. I actually don't remember where we were going on that trip. I just remember getting on a coach. Oh, was that? Oh, I don't know. I think we went on the train on one way and the ferry the other way back. I think that's what a lot of schools do on those school trips. They make you take both the ferry and the train because they want you to get to experience both, because some kids, you know, that might be the only time they ever go abroad. I know that is the case for some people because their families don't have enough money to take them abroad. So the school tries to do that. And I think that's really nice that they do. You get to experience both. I think we went to Belgium on that. I think that was the Belgium school trip. Yeah, it was really cool. We got to, well, it was depressing in its own way because we went to the World War II and World War I stuff. Well, not all of it, but a decent amount of it. And we went to a trench and stuff and saw some museums, which is quite sad, of course, because it's all about people dying. But it was a very interesting school trip, and that's when I tried Coca-Cola and decided I didn't like it because it was that or water. So I had water, which I really struggled to drink back then. I've got a lot better at drinking water without squashing it over the years, but my god, it was hard back then. It was so hard to drink it. I don't know why. It's just something psychological, puts me off. You would love 21 days at least in Japan when you have to go. But yeah, such a long trip for when you get the absolute most of it. Yeah, absolutely. I would save up the money for years and make sure I go on a really long trip so I don't have to do that. Well, really, so that I don't have to go on a flight that's so long and feel like, pardon me, I've only got a few days and I have to do it again. It would drive me crazy. I couldn't do that, no. And I don't think I'd go back. I think it would be a once-in-a-lifetime thing, just because of how expensive it is, unfortunately. Unless this really plays up and I get lots of money in the future, which would be fantastic. We'll see how that goes. Oh my god. Can you see the bunnies are coming together? They're so cute. Look at the little bunny. Wait, you can see it in the top left on my screen, actually, probably the best. It's cute. I am a little bit covered by the chat. I don't know if it's a problem. I hope not. When travel time is longer than the trip, seems horrible. Yeah, you don't want that. That would not be good. Oh my goodness. What is the time? Oh, it's 9:11. It's later than I thought. I was assuming it'd only been half an hour or something. I was like, oh my god, oh my. But no, it's okay. Let me think. What were we talking about again? I was talking about traveling, trips, all kinds of things. But what would I want to do in Japan? I don't know. I've been seeing more Japanese style things popping up in London recently. There's that one anime restaurant, I think, in London. I'd like to go there at some point. And then there's also there's a maid cafe in London, I'm pretty sure. Actually, a permanent maid cafe in London, which I didn't know. It must be quite new, because I can't imagine that would have done that well too long ago. And there's definitely a cat cafe. They're definitely bringing ideas over. There's a lot of cafes. And a restaurant in London, how unfair. Yeah, there is. There's one. It's not that exciting, I don't think, because, well, it's just not for me, I don't think, because it focuses on a lot of shows that I haven't seen. It's all about shonen anime, and I haven't seen most of them. It's about One Piece, it's about Naruto, it's about Bleach, it has got a little bit of Demon Slayer and a little bit of My Hero Academia, but it's also got Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man. And I have only seen out of that entire list Demon Slayer and My Hero Academia, and I think it has some other ones like that as well. They're just not the shows that I watch. I watch a lot of shows about, I think these days, interestingly, I watch a lot of historical fantasy romance anime kind of things. Anything in that kind of genre, I really like them. Because then they've started making all these anime recently, which are clearly targeted at women, about historical romances and historical revenge stories and historical fantasies. And I think they're ever so interesting. I love it. They're finally making loads of shows that I really like. It's making me so happy. But we made little buddies! Yay! They're so cute. You'd love to visit the Kirby and Monster Hunter cafe there someday? Really? I didn't know they had those, but I'm not surprised. They have a cafe for everything, don't they? You do love Bleach, man. You want to go. And honestly, it's not that far away, but money. Yeah, the money. I understand. Isn't Denmark a more expensive country to live in than the UK, though, as it is? So it might actually be cheaper than you think once you're here. I remember going to Denmark and everything was quite expensive. So what shall we do next? Should we do one more? What should we do? There's a chick. That sounds cute. A little chick, a baby chicken. Yeah. Oh my god, these are all so very similar colours. I did like that all the colours in the previous one were quite distinct. But these are easy enough. Oh my god, look at these two. Actually, you can't see those colours. Can you see that? This colour and this colour, they're very similar. Anyway, fun times. Oh my goodness. Did you know that there's a husband hotel cafe in Japan, or at least there was for a period of time? I don't know when it was or if it's currently on, but I saw that today. I had no idea that existed. They get everything. Honestly, there's not one of those in America. I wish we had themed cafes like that in the UK. The only two I know of are the anime restaurant in London and the Art Box cafe that's in Brighton, which is something I've already made a YouTube short about. And it's vegan as well, which kind of puts me off. It's not, they don't really do food that I like that much because I'm not a vegan, and I like eating a bit meals with meat in them, really, because it's great for sweet treats. But yeah, I ordered the curry, but it was a vegan curry, so it didn't have much in it. It was just vegetables. I don't know. The dessert was alright. I don't know. I just wish we had more stuff like that. I think it could be really cool. Even about British topics. Why is there not a Paddington cafe? You know, I say that, but I literally just did a video on Winnie the Pooh. There's a Winnie the Pooh cafe in Ashdown Forest. But other than that is actually one of the few British examples that does exist, and that is very cool. I loved going there. It was great. You should all go to the Winnie the Pooh cafe, honestly, if that's your thing. But I do wish that we had a bit more of that going on. I think it could be cool. There should be a Paddington cafe. I think that's the obvious one. It's an extremely popular British franchise. Let's have a look. You do love Bleach, man? You want to go? Honestly, it's not that far away. Oh, I've read that one. Depends on what you do in Denmark, but yeah, somewhat expensive. You live on $2,000 fine and save up $350 if you don't spend in any hobby, because it could be worse, but you live in a cheap area. To be fair, I was in Copenhagen, which is probably the most expensive place in Denmark because it's the capital city, right? But I don't know. I really liked it though. It was amazing. I loved Denmark. It was so pretty, and it seemed like the everything was just seemed like it was made to quite a nice standard, and it was just nice. I really liked it there. It seemed like they'd thought out your roads quite well, which I kept appreciating, the cycle lanes and things. It was a nice place to be. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And you had a really well functioning train system underground as well, which I really enjoyed using. Because it didn't even have drivers, which I thought was crazy, because we have, in London at least, there is one train that doesn't have a driver, which is the DLR, but I don't think there's more than that, which I do find strange. And why is that? Why can the DLR run without a driver, but the other trains can't? Or even when because they built the Elizabeth line after the DLR, right? And that has drivers, so I wonder why that is. Yeah, you cannot live in Copenhagen on the money you got without roommates. Yeah. It may have been a problem of us being in the capital city, but yeah, I think it's probably similar to London prices then, actually, now I think about it. I don't know. Just sleeping arrangement can become quite expensive, but you should be able to go to London with a few months saving. Yeah, that could be cool. Train without a driver, automated system or no? Is that safe? Yeah, it's I think they typically still do have a member of staff on them that's just there to make sure, report any problems, I guess, or maybe do an emergency stop or something. But they don't have a driver. There's just a member of staff perhaps checking that people are paid or tapped in. I don't know, but even then I don't think they always have one, do they? I don't know. They definitely don't. They're not a driver, and it is an automated system. I don't know. I don't know that much about the DLR. I know I've been on it, and it's just windows at the front and the back. It's the same in Denmark, in Copenhagen. They don't have drivers. It's really interesting to watch it happen. It does mean that, well, in theory, they'd be able to run trains all night, and they wouldn't have to worry about staffing. I mean, it does put a whole group of people out of a job, but I feel like it's actually useful. It's not someone creative being put out of a job. It's being able to make a public service cheaper by not having to pay train driver salaries, because train drivers' salaries are very, very high in the UK. 30, 40, 50. Just trying to count this, sorry. Because they're always going on strike, and fair to them. I mean, if they can convince the government to give them the money, then they should. And if anything, they're just some of the few people who are actually somewhat managing to keep up with inflation, and the rest of us just aren't. Well, I say us, I am one of those people with jobs. I'm not, but the rest of society isn't, as we know. Wages just aren't going up with inflation, but they're actually managing to do it in a way, which I think is good for them. But yeah, they are very expensive in terms of wages in the UK, and it would be nice if there's a way to make public transport cheaper, because then more people will use it, which means we'll invest in it more, and and the cycle goes on, it would be great. A train trip you'd love to go on is the Orient Express. There's so much history and looks so beautiful, but then again, you're not a train enthusiast. But it has stops along the way, as you understand. Yeah, that could be interesting. I'd quite like to do one of the big trains that goes from the south of England to the north of Scotland. I think that could be quite fun. I would love to do that or something. Or maybe the sleeper train. I'm sure it's so uncomfortable, but it would make a cool video, I think. If I had the money. I do not have the money though. Hello, Vikram. Rajput. Hope you're having a lovely day today. You never expected you to talk about economics. Oh, it is something I'm actually somewhat passionate about. I don't talk about it too much because as much as I watch videos on it, it doesn't mean that I personally know what I'm talking about. In a way, I'm just repeating what other people have said whose videos I think are presented in a way that makes them seem factual and well researched, but they may be lying, and I may have interpreted the information they have presented incorrectly, but I think there's a certain extent that I can say things that I know to be true, without going into too much detail for these topics. Hello, Snake Guy! We're not playing Night Minesweeper, we're playing Nonograms, but I hope you're having a great day today. It's going alright. We made some cute bunnies, we did a gemstone, and now we're doing... Pardon me? I think we're doing a chicken, but a baby chicken. That could be cool. You know, my friends used to have chickens. For years, they looked after chickens, but I noticed last time I went over that they don't have them anymore, and it turns out it's just because they died too quickly, and there's too many problems with things like bird flu and having to keep them inside and foxes and all the time. It's such a shame. There's a lot of misinformation out there. Critical thinking is so much more important now than a long time ago. Yes, absolutely. There's so much as well, things like AI content that's spread around on social media. Just videos of things, and sometimes people make videos of things which did happen, but the video isn't real, and somebody's created another angle of something that actually did happen, and it exaggerates it for views or something, and it's horrifying. It really is. I mean, and we know that there was a lot of snow in that one town in Russia recently, and there were AI videos popping up making it look like kids were sliding on their bums down this humongous slope of ice on these tall buildings, which is just not true. It did not happen. It is not real. But so many people believed it was because the snow was real. It just wasn't what was presented in the video. And it's crazy that people are doing stuff like that, just making so much stuff up, and it's so easy to lie and make it look real these days, and it horrifies me. The dilemma of AI content is that we are wise to never stumble upon them. However, the casual side or children are prone to finding these easily. It's awful. Yeah, I never really seem to come across AI content, as far as I'm aware, in my feed on social media and YouTube and stuff. But I know people who definitely do, because they send it to me and I'm like, that's AI! And then they get disappointed, and it's horrifying. But we've seen recently that people are saying the AI bubble might burst because there's not actually that much money in it. It's not making enough money to make back what it costs to run. Because I think, this isn't the reason, but there's a reason I can give. No one wants it. It's like there are not enough uses, and there are not enough people who actually want to use the AI that much, and ways to make money for it, that it can be profitable, you know. But it's like generating AI videos. People don't want to watch AI videos, and that must cost so much money and use so many resources to make in the first place. It could never be profitable. I could not see how that would ever work. So I can imagine it is going to end soon, and I hope so. I really hope so. I have my hopes on. As I said, we got to have more hope in the world. We can't just give up on everything, because nothing will ever change. So we got to keep pushing for these things to be stopped. OpenAI overestimated their funds to reportedly, and they will have no money left to run their operations by next year. However, I don't think that'll be the end of AI so easily. No, it won't be the end of AI, but I think it'll be a blow to the industry at least, and show that it's perhaps not as good as everyone thought. And I think that will change the way that people who invest all their money into it are thinking, and that will affect the finances of the other companies. They'll realize, oh, maybe this thing isn't as such a gold mine as we thought, and we shouldn't pump all our money into it, you know? So I'm hoping that's a good thing. You use Facebook Messenger and quiz games, but you're getting so many AI videos that it's mildly annoying, and you've not interacted with any of it. Yeah, I look at Facebook for auditions for acting stuff, and there is a lot of AI on Facebook. It's actually really bad, and that's the thing. Facebook is the place where the people most susceptible to not having spent the time watching videos of people showing you, or reading articles of people showing you how to spot AI. It's older people. They're not going to put in the time to learn how to spot AI, essentially, and so they're susceptible to it, and then it's horrendous. The bright side is how apparent companies are acknowledging nobody wants AI products or functions despite doubling down on it. Yeah, I'm really hopeful that they are realizing this. They're realizing we don't want to use these products. Stop it. You know, have you been through that? There are so many features that I've noticed they've put on phones in particular. It'll pop up with you have an update on your phone, and it'll tell you about a new AI feature, and it's like, oh great, I am never going to use that in my life. I cannot be bothered to search in this way, or just use this feature that's only one use for one specific situation. I can't imagine many people are actually using it. A lot of it feels really pointless and not particularly better or easier to use than what already existed. And when people people don't like change, they're going to use methods that they know work to do things on their devices anyway. I don't get it. I have hope things will change though. Anyway. Oh my god, I feel like we have some go-to topics. Well, I haven't. That's true, I should. Anyway. Nonograms, am I right? I'm not getting very far with this. It's some nonograms, it's interesting. They start off very slow, and then you just keep going and going and going. And it slowly gets sorry, what am I trying to say? Keep going with it being slow, and then at some point it suddenly really starts to pick up and speed up, and everything starts to come together because you've got all the building foundational pieces of the puzzle put together in a way. And I think that's quite cool to watch sometimes. It just suddenly you've got an image and you can see it and you know what it's supposed to look like. It's fascinating how that happens. Oh my goodness, I am noticing some interesting things here. Okay. No, I've already read that one. You feel like the profitability is the main problem. Wish there was a law that said it had to have a watermark or something to make it more recognizable. Yeah, I think it's actually terrible how there's still not laws that force these companies to actually make it very, very clear that what this is AI, and have it built into the AI itself. Because there's the Google thing where if you put it into the Google system, it will know that it was made by Google's AI, but it doesn't know about other AIs. And I don't know how you could ever enforce it, because there's always going to be companies or people who have made their own system at home that there will be no way to verify because somebody has made it themselves and hasn't complied with the law because they've got away with it, and then we just won't know if it's real. And it's so sad, isn't it? How are we ever going to know what's real anymore online? We can't. That being able to prove something that is real in the future is going to be such an impossibly difficult task. And that is kind of horrifying. So I'm trying to figure out where this one yellow piece here goes, and I cannot see a single line up here where it makes sense. And I'm just confused. Okay, just give me a second. What? Not there. It can't. Why have I put this here, I wonder? Oh no, because it can't go there. What? What have I done? I'm so confused. Okay, maybe I just won't do that one for now. Huh? So you've got a 1. It can't go there. Can't go here. It can't go here. Oh, I see. It's over here. I'm blind. That makes sense. Okay, I figured out my problems. You monogrammed. No, monogrammed. Isn't a monogram like an initials on a item? I think that's quite an American term. Or at least that's where I've heard it the most. I think that is what that is, right? I don't know. This is starting to come together a little bit more now because you can see I'm doing lines and it fills it in. Well, it's a little bit. It's very much at the bottom. Oh, you hit the wrong key. That's alright. I can never tell when it's intentional. That's the thing. Sometimes people, you know, it's how people type it. Sometimes people will do intentional mistakes on things for effect, and that's fine. I just don't know what people are doing. This definitely goes here, doesn't it? There's nowhere else that can go. Okay. Did I say hello to Biblis on Twitch? I'm not sure, but hi. I'm so sorry if I didn't notice that. Oh my goodness. You're speaking of hit the wrong key. You just reminded me of a topic. I've noticed that in auditions and things, the videos I've seen online, it's not actually that uncommon for piano players in productions to just sometimes make mistakes. And I assumed they would not make as many mistakes as they do sometimes, but they do. It's actually quite normal for them to hit the wrong keys. And I would have thought that they'd be pretty much perfect at their pieces because they're professional piano players, but perhaps not. I don't know. Hello, Blackpool Players Survival Craft. Hope you're having a great day today. What is Survival Craft? Is it like is it a specific game? Do you play all kinds of survival crafting games? If that is the case, that is very cool. I really like, at the moment, it's just, I guess this is survival crafting day. Well, no, I really like Terraria, of course, but I also like Power World, which is another survival crafting game. And technically, it's Stardew Valley, which I started playing on stream, is also a survival crafting game because you can die in it, kind of, because you can fight monsters. And there's lots of crafting in it if you want to. You can, I mean, you make chests, you plant your crops, you can do some cooking. All kinds of things like that. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh my god, I'm trying to do this nonogram and I'm getting so confused. I don't know if I should just focus on it steadily for a while or what. I don't know what the best way to do this is. It's just hard. We could, I mean, I feel like I am starting to run out of topics to talk about today, so it's probably for the best that I don't try to drag it out too much. As well as the fact that I think my stream yesterday was either 2.5 or 3 hours, so I've already done, you know, my usual 6 hours of streaming this week or something. So I think that's fairly reasonable anyway. It was something for me to try to see how long I could talk with quite a simple activity going on. I try my best. But hello, the drawing genius. I am not really an artist now anymore. I used to draw more often. I don't really anymore. That I will see you all quite soon. Next week. Yes, I will. And I think this. No, that's coming. No, that's wrong. I'm not going to say what I was going to say because it isn't true. Talking is a great skill and improv is great for acting too. Yes, I would like to do some improv streams with friends one day. I don't know how to set it up. And I don't think they'd be very good because I wouldn't be very good either, but I would like to try it. I think it could be fun and it's something I want to do one day. But I will see you soon, everyone. I hope you have a nice evening and good night. Okay, I had a nice time. I'm going to finish this nonogram myself after stream. But I think I'm not the best at talking when there's not much going on and I've been trying to practice it, but perhaps that's enough forcing myself to do that today. So bye-bye. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye. Oh, thank you, Lifer, for being a hiker for 4 months, by the way. Good night and thanks for streaming. Good night to you too. Bye-bye.